It was a normal day, and Bruce was just going to the place that brought him happiness. It is a coffee shop where he works. It didn't really pay him well, but it was his dream to become a barista one day, to make his own coffee shop, where he can call it home. You can say it brought him some special kind of happiness. It was a type of happiness that made him stay in this job for years, even though he was underpaid. There's a lot of things that made him stay, like how he loved the smell of coffee, how all of these people gather every day morning just to have a bite and drink some coffee, how it gave him some random people to talk to that share a lot in common, how they trust him to get their problems off their chests and vent out everything that happened outside, which made him think of it as, in some sense, he was saving those people, like some type of hero. Because all of this weight, it was like an unwritten contract. If you're going to drink coffee, you must be happy doing so. Bruce makes sure to meet everyone with a smile and tries to take all of their problems, help with it if he can. So you can say that most of the people like Bruce, and everyone thought that Bruce was lucky because he's doing a job that he likes and always smiling because of it. A man said to his friend on his way out of the coffee shop, "Damn man, I wish I was like Bruce, passionate towards my job, doing something that I like and getting profit out of it. But it is not what it seems like." Bruce has a girlfriend, and they have been dating for a long time now, and he wanted to marry her as soon as possible. Because, not that he don't know it, but his girlfriend's parents keep asking him if he's serious about it or not, and reminding him that he isn't getting any younger. So Bruce at that moment thought that everything was in his way, that he was blessed to have a job that he loved, but it leaves a sour taste in his mouth, which lasts about all night, and that taste gets worse when he is with his girlfriend. And at the end of the day, happiness doesn't put food on the table or pay the bills. So Bruce was having a rough time deciding between giving up on his dream and happiness or giving up on his girlfriend and future. Bruce tried to ignore all of these problems, keep on living, thinking that things would come to an end, like some type of a magical story, but life definitely doesn't work that way. The weather was kinda cold, and Bruce couldn't afford a car or any type of fancy stuff, but he didn't really care about it. He knows that happiness shouldn't be attached to material things. So on his way, he saw that good friend of his that liked being a barista like Bruce, but he chose what would most probably get him money in the future. So he chose to study real estate. And Bruce told him that happiness is more valuable than money. So the next time after these good friends separate, Bruce sees him driving some expensive car down the street with a woman in the front passenger seat, which was in all ways beautiful and flawless. But Bruce thought that she was a gold digger that didn't really like him or even care about him at all, which made him feel a little better about himself. But in reality, that wasn't the truth. Stephanie loved her boyfriend, and she didn't care about how rich or poor he is. Bruce is a minute away from the coffee shop after a long, boring, and lonely walk, which was probably the worst part of the job, besides being underpaid. So after all of this, he thought to himself that this day couldn't get any worse. But that was the last thought Bruce had this day, and for a lot of days to come, because he got hit by a car. A woman crying and driving too fast hit Bruce. After a few months of Bruce being in a coma, his girlfriend and family is by his bedside watching everything that happens that day on a screen connected to Bruce's brain, which displays the last few days of Bruce's memory before the coma, brought to them by a beta under test technology. After they watched Bruce's memories, the doctor told them that Bruce is clinically dead, and if they want him to unplug him or not. But wait, doesn't the fact that we see his memories mean that he's alive, or at least in some sense he's still functioning? Bruce's girlfriend said, "Well, you'll never know, ma'am. but I've been through this many times, and I think you should do what you think is right, the doctor said. Okay, I know what Bruce would choose. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe and leave a sweet comment or suggest me a topic to talk about next time. See ya till next video.